I gotta look at these things, psychopathy, because you would think that something that you're interested or passionate about and you want to study it, and it's not helpful, so they would try to make you feel like you're not being helpful. And it's because that subject is something that they inherited knowledge from, but it was through a contract. They had to choose an approach, and their approach was going to be carnality or it was going to be divinity. And you got to choose wise. And why do people make the wrong choice if it seems because it defies logic and everything? But it would defy logic to make a choice of something that's going to be irreversible or fuck you up or something. And consistently, this psychopathy is going to take that they're going to choose carnality. So you didn't have a way to think about it before to even it doesn't exist as a form of knowledge. Then they didn't want someone to come along and study something that was going to contribute to your ability to speak, to say. So at a pivot point when between you're studying something that you'll be like stigmatized for your interest in it. Like, why did Bob put B.O.B., the rapper, put a weather balloon together with some flat lens camera to try to see and take pictures of the curvature of the earth? Like, he must be a fringe-winged loon. But at the same time, I don't believe in flat earth or the ball earth. I just think there's more land because Eisenhower told me that there was resources in land, and then all of a sudden he stopped talking about it. The UN came up with the flat earth map, and you're not allowed to be geocentric, even though I don't. You got to be heliocentric because you're not allowed to talk about resources that we know about. And we're going to act like we're stigmatizing in you for being out there, for believing in the flat earth, as we push this idea out there. At the same time, we gave you the flat earth map for people to speculate that there's a wall around everything, and after that is the firmament or some. And when you know better. See, I don't know, like, because you're not allowed to you're not really allowed to investigate. So there's something like nobody is allowed to gather intelligence about in the polar cap to help anyone make up their mind. And do you think that would be some rich natural resources that some hegemon needs to shore up their control over? Or do you think it's Shambhala and the rules of physics bending and mind bending and shit for freaking out? Like, I mean, is it both? Because it doesn't make sense why the human race can't get not one up, but get the best of that. Like, we can overwhelm and just go look. Like, why can't we just say, like, fuck that, put it into this shit and go look? Instead, we're the ones that are saying you're loony because you want to know. Why haven't you made up your mind one way or the other? But at the same time, okay, if you realize that we needed a flat earth occult literary reference to help us interpret authors where they're coming from in their heliocentric or geocentric worldviews. And at the same time, so I can look up different geocentric and heliocentric worldviews, but you're not allowed to, because of the resources that I'm protecting for no incentivization. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like I gotta stigmatize and alienate people, even family members, because some oligarch might not want me to talk about some shit that they have no way of verifying that I even talk about. Like, how does that so good? How's that working good? I mean, I'm sure like you would have to be a conspiracy theorist to think that a strong arm of the government is going to reach out of your motherfucking computer screen or your cell phone because they're listening so hard and making sure that you're going along with everything the way you're supposed to. That's a conspiracy theory. So why are they savagely attacking intellect based on endless perspective? You get to reap the benefits of a it's like, okay, the flat earth map came from an evil entity. However, there might be a benefit in there being a flat earth map, because I can't verify whether or not the earth is sphere or whether or not it's the firmament, and I can't verify it. I might suspect, and I will just stay in the category as long as it's comfortable, but I can't say that I know definitely, because I haven't been able to bring receipts and come back and check. You know what I mean? You don't like, so because I think it's a ball earth, then I can alienate you. And because you think it's a flat earth, then you can tell me I'm a retard if this time by now I can't tell, or I don't know, and I don't see what you see. Because the way that they're coming now with the racism and the pedophilia is that the way we're gonna do it is by being against it. The way we're gonna do everything now is by being against it. That the racism is not underground and hidden. Like, you know, we said like the Nazis, the next time they came back, they're not gonna be overt Nazis. They're gonna be like salienated, you know, like blending and hidden, but they're not hidden. They're not fooling anybody if they think that they're concealing. Just because you can call somebody a racist doesn't mean that you're not, and you better take a step around the rear, because I don't gotta adopt your non-aggression principle. You need to come up with epistemology for universalities that apply to principles, because principles are founded in universalities. The universal lack of any principle is a principle. So all of your talk about principles is a scam, and you're trying to counterfeit libertarians. I don't even know that I'm a libertarian or that I agree with libertarian platforms, all that, like everything. You know what I mean? I just know that they're trying to clone him. I'm not emotionally attached to being libertarian. I don't know if I am that. I don't know if I should vie for that classification or whatever. Should I vie for that definition? Why would I? That puts me in, you know, but then again, I might want to. So there might be reasons for me to. But yeah, it's odd that they would be preoccupied with counterfeiting libertarianism. is not libertarian. Yeah, I just said it's counterfeit. So what's the point of pointing out that it's not? It's so retarded. We fucking going on about axioms, and at the same time, you can't disprove a negative and outline insanity that doesn't relate to the topic, just so that you can see that something is insane. So you could say this and that's insane, and it doesn't apply to the topic at hand. You got that's you like people to agree with you. Like the shotgun wedding or something. You have to see it my ways, or otherwise I can dispense my ideology, and you have to conform to because you have no choice. But you have to have some pretty secure logic before you can implement some kind of thinking like that. And so for now, until it's seen that which is overconfidence, you have to wonder that they might be able to pull it off or get away with it. You don't know. You don't think that they can. There's a chance that they might not succeed. You know. And then that little quay, like while we seem to be in the waiting room, certain people that maybe even turned you on to certain things that you needed to learn about, always start showing up like grifters too. They're trying to put you back in captivity. They're trying to manifest the bars of your captivity, like make the gaps, fill in the gaps where you might escape. And then they were, at some point, they were crucial to your breaking out of the matrix. So, how are they keeping you in? You detest some aspect of yourself, or you worship some aspect of your own contribution. Because you can't worship your own creation. That make you a reprobate. Make you a retrograde. Out of here. He's out of here. He's gone. Just like Carl and Aqua Teen, when he saw that rainbow, he's on the roof, and like there was like, I know how this is. That's how they get you. And fucking just like that, fucking he was fucking got sucked up the rainbow. Like this shit abducted his ass. What is it that they know that about? Ugh.